Hi guys, it's Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and it is Friday, so we have my knitting day. I need a name for this segment besides Spotlight on Knitting. Yeah, maybe you guys can help me name it. Alrighty. So you guys heard last week, I had to frog the entire, Otis hat, but that's okay. That is okay. And I was waiting for my knitting needles to arrive. I ordered, extras from my Clover set that are missing. I don't know how they went missing, but I can rest assured it was me who did the went missing, and it was probably me trying to do a couple of different things in the process, and well, they got lost, and so did a couple of thingamajiggies. What do you call them? The cords. So I did order a couple of more cords, and I did order a size 3.5 and 4.5 circular needles to fit inside the cords. And that is what I will be using when I start my hat that was gifted to me from Debbie. And it's when I start the Otis hat again, I am not sure. But I was just so heartbroken that I had to tear that thing apart because I used a needle size that was 3 times bigger than what it was supposed to be. But that's okay. So, I did start another knitting project, but I am going to change the needles on this because this is the second time I have started this project. And, it's because I'm using my Chaigu, or however you say it. That's how I end up saying it. I'm using my Chaigu metal needles, and boy, are they slick. And I'm not a grown-up enough knitter to use the slippery needles, but I forgot that I had extra cords for my Clover bamboo needles that I can add to that to make a size big enough for this. So this was November Mary Maxim knitting bag. It had 2 patterns in it. I don't know where the other pattern is. It came with three things of yarn. It's a gemstone yarn. I think that's a Red Heart yarn. I'm not sure. Yes, Red Heart gemstone in the color amber. And this is a free pattern from Red Heart, which is now on Yarnspirations. But this is the cowl we are going to make. And this is what it looks like the other way. I mean, I don't know why I'm hiding it. Don't have to, because it's a free pattern. It's an easy pattern. But since I'm not a grown-up knitter yet, so you guys don't laugh at what I have done. Okay, now don't laugh, because I am not a grown-up knitter yet. So, and these green things keep falling off. You know why? Because they're green. Okay, so this is my first time working with gemstone yarn. And you can see how much I got to first, because I had to rip it out and redo it all over again because they literally fell off of the needles. I just finished round 3. So round 1 and 2 is the same, and 3, 4, 5, 6 are the same. And I think I was on like row 20 or something, and I wasn't paying attention that I had dropped one of these, and it just went. Yeah. So, and of course, because the Persniffers was around, she pulled all of the things out. And yeah. Okay, so I threw it quite far, and then I frogged it, and now you see me starting over again. So it is a 6-row repeat. And so far I have, so you can see my grown-up knitting. I have a stitch marker every 5 stitches. And that's because I frequently get interrupted by family members coming out here and saying, hey, what's up? What you doing? And yeah. And then with Persephone, where she'll grab stuff and she'll try to run with it. Yeah. So, so in the last 4 rows of the 6-row repeat, you have the same thing every 5 stitches. So I have my stitch marker every 5 stitches because I'm not a grown-up knitter yet. I still need lots of help. I thought I was a grown-up knitter, but then I messed it up. And my knitting teacher said, how did that work for me? By not having my stitch markers where I needed it. And yeah, it didn't work very good. So I'm not a grown-up knitter. I'm not even pretending to be a grown-up knitter. I'm just learning. So I will use all of the stitch markers I want and not feel strange about it, because that's just how I am. So yes, this will take 1 ball, and this whole ball, I'm almost positive this is 100% acrylic. It is a size 5 bulky yarn, and I wouldn't agree with that. I would say a 4 maybe. It is 100% acrylic. Let's see. It is 7 ounces, and there are 312 yards in here. So, I am not using the needle size that the pattern called for. They called for 10 millimeter needles. I made them smaller because it was so big, and maybe for somebody who lived lower in the United States, you know, that would have been okay. But for living here in the interior of Alaska, I needed a closer knit fabric. So not so much wind went in. So I'm trying it with, I think these are size 8. Oh gosh, you're back. Yep, so these are a size 8 millimeter instead of a 10. They're still pretty big, but it's definitely not as big as it was. So, let me put this back in here before she tries. Dadgummit. See, that was my fault. Because I just hung that right. Oh, she's still got it attached to her. I just put that right in her face where she said, I'm going to grab it. Oh, thank you. Okay, so this other one is going to be hard too. Can I have my pattern back? Thank you. Cats. You can't live with them, and you can't live without them. Well, I bet you I could live without them. I just wouldn't want to. What a sad life I would have without, you know, 4 cats and 2 dogs. And especially this one, because she is rotten to the core. Okay, now, this is the blanket that we are doing for my knit along. And it does have a hashtag. It's hashtag Knit Blanket. And that stands for Double Dog Dare Knit Blanket. I started it last year, actually, because a lot of people in Zoom were wanting to learn how to knit. If they needed help, the stitches that were in here, I knew that I could help them with. Knit, purl, yarn over, I think are the stitches that are used in here. And I am very familiar with those, and I could definitely help if anybody needed help with those. So that's why I chose this blanket. But I hadn't... Before my surgery, I was in quite a bit of pain. Even though I said that I wasn't, I was in quite a bit of pain. After my surgery, it was much better. Still some pain, and I still have tingling, and I know that I have 2 more surgeries to go. We just don't know when yet. We are currently doing 3 rows, 2 to 3 rows a week for this to be done, to gift as a Christmas present. So, let's see. I am getting ready to start the second part. Next week, when you see it, so right now, I have 12 rows done. And the first 14 rows are to knit. So I have 13 and 14 still to do. And then the next section is 15 through I'm not sure what. But I do know that the first row, or row 15, is a knit row also. So I will be starting to go into the second part with row 15. This week we are going to start the second section of this. But this pattern came from Mama in a Stitch. I will put a link below to the free pattern. It is free. I think it's on Ravelry. But the only thing it will do is send you to the website, so I will just put a link to it on the website. You were definitely not too late to start, because we are only 12 rows into it. And if you want to, catch up, you can. It's a year-long project, so I will be making this for a year. And I personally am using 1 skein of yarn. I am going to try to make this a 1 skein wonder. How, you ask? Well, it is a really big skein of yarn. It is a Karen anniversary cake. So I have, something like 900. I don't know even how many. I don't even know how many, because it's all on the part that, let's see if I can move some around. I have 1,061 yards, and I think the pattern calls for just under 900. So I might go a little extra just so I can make sure that I make this a 1 skein wonder, or find something else to make with it. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I am using a US 15 or 10 millimeter Clover, I was going to say Clover Amour crochet hooks, but these are the Takumi knitting needles. They are circular. And actually, these are fixed ones. These did not come from my set. So this is what it's looking like so far. It's just nothing but knit stitches back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. 12 rows. And I'm getting ready to do 3 more rows, and we will start on row 15 we will start section 2. So, if you need any help, my email is below. Just email me, and we can meet in Zoom, or, yeah, we can meet in Zoom, and I can help you through it. And, yeah, so, these are my 2 knitting projects. I will start a 3rd pretty soon, because not everything is taking me, since I'm only doing things, you know, in spurts during the week. I still have room to do quite a few projects. Or do I? So who knows? We will see if I get anything. But I have Luck of the Draw coming up. That starts February 2nd. So we will find out our first color, and I'm anxiously awaiting, because I have my Luck of the Draw already. Well, not really yet, but by Wednesday, I will be ready for Thursday. So thanks, guys, for watching my knitting time. And yeah, it's fun. If you want to learn how to knit, I'd say, you know what, bite the bullet. There are lots and lots of YouTube videos to teach you how to knit. And I will tell you that I learned how to do a long tail cast on from Chandy at Expression Fiber Arts. It was difficult, but I did do it. And right now it's the only one that I know how to do. A couple of other people say, how do you do that? But that's the only one that my brain will hold right now. Other ones, they will knit theirs on, and I don't get that. Some people will crochet one on, and I don't get that either. So yes, I only do the long tail cast on method, because that's the only one that I know how. And I did learn to knit in purl and yarn over from her videos. I did have to end up taking a knitting class, though, because I wanted to go further than just knit and purl. And my first class was just called the Man Hat, and it was a very, very boring, ugly man hat. It was just knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. I didn't like that at all. Hey, sweetheart. And then my second knitting class was how to make a stranded hat or stranded beanie. Loved, loved, loved that one, which was I've been, you know, was making an Otis hat until I realized that I had the wrong size hook. My third knitting class was a cable hat. Knitting cables, that's the one that had 30 cables on the one hat. Yeah. Learned a lot. I did make a few mistakes, and mistakes that I couldn't fix, that I had to go to my teacher, and she helped me fix. And so I'm not only learning how to knit more difficult things, but I'm learning how to fix more as we go along. She fixes, and we watch, and then she'll make a mistake, and then she'll help us fix it. And so, you know, that's how we're also learning how to fix things. So yeah, I'm sorry to have taken up so much time. I do have another video that will get done today, possibly 2. So if you see my kitty cat shirt, then you know that I did 3 today. Definitely will do 2, but possibly do 3. So thanks, guys, for watching. You guys are great. You guys have a great day, and I will catch you next time. She's clawing my bum. So yes, thank you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.